You've probably heard a lot of tips on how to get rid of chronic stress. But listen up, some of these solutions only push you further into survival mode. In this video, you'll find out exactly what those common pitfalls are, because I don't want you wasting your precious time on things that won't work anyway. We need to get you out of survival mode ASAP, not running in circles, right? So, for years now, one thing has been my hyper-focus, helping stressed out women train their brains to switch back into rest. So I'll show you what I learned along the way. Let's go. I heard a doctor say this: people who experience a lot of stress in their youth develop a stress system that never switches off. He went on to say, if you have childhood trauma, your stress system got damaged during a very fragile period of your life. He said, which means you're worse at regulating stress for the rest of your life. Not very hopeful, right? But may I add one thing? If you don't do anything about it. Now, this doctor wasn't trying to empower stressed out women, okay? He was just trying to sell a pharmaceutical product. But he did lead me to mistake number one. What makes it worse is expecting to change overnight. Here's what I mean. Don't assume you'll flip 180 degrees and wake up as your calm self tomorrow by checking a couple of boxes. Don't get me wrong, you can change. And I genuinely believe that if you keep thinking and doing the right things, you will get to enjoy a relaxed state. But if you expect it to happen super fast, then you will get frustrated and disappointed. And those emotions, well, they release cortisol in your body and drop you right back into the stressed state. You know what's better? Yes, have a growth mindset. Believe in the power of neuroplasticity because it's true. But take baby steps and give yourself as many little success experiences as possible, because that puts you in a grateful state, a happy state, a relieved state, which, yes, downregulate the stress response in your body. Plus, you'll feel so much happier along the way. Let me tell you a bit about me. I was born in a tiny village on the countryside in the Netherlands, to a Dutch father and a Rwandan mother. We were one big happy family. Okay, not. Half my family was murdered. Because of that, my mother became an alcoholic. I was physically abused until I was 10, and then I ran away from home. After that, until I was 19, I lived in 9 different places. So believe me, I know what stress is. And when I think back on my childhood, I think of my clenched jaws and how I slept with clenched fists. But ironically, I also think of myself as the happy one, always smiling, the friend, the protector, the one everyone could lean on. So yeah, I was a fighter and a fawner. I knew how to push straight through my feelings to get done whatever had to be done. And maybe you recognize this in your own life. Back then, you know what? It helped you survive. But here's the thing, when life finally calmed down, as I got older, maybe as you got older, your stressed out programming didn't calm down with it. I, for instance, kept trying to never disappoint anyone, to be the sunshine on everyone's cloudy day. Honestly, I had no idea how I actually felt myself, because I was completely out of tune with my emotions, because I was constantly scanning for everyone else's feelings and for the next danger. Nervous system, hello. And as a grown-up woman, I kept thinking that pushing through would somehow get me to that calm place, that place I wanted to be. That place that you want to be. And fighting was the only way I knew how. I called it discipline. And fawning? I didn't even know what that meant until I started researching stress responses. Which brings me to mistake number 2. What makes it worse is not knowing what kind of stress you're in. There are 4 main stress responses: fight, flight, freeze, and later fawn was added. And most people grab a solution that doesn't match the problem. Like forcing yourself to work out when all your nervous system wants is just a warm cup of tea or a warm blanket, or pushing through a social situation and your nervous system is begging you to retreat. You know what's better? To first figure out which stress response you're in, and after that to give your nervous system what it actually needs. If you are in fight, you feel tense, irritable, ready to snap. You've got a surge of energy going through your body with nowhere to go. So the best thing to do is to spend it. This is where you start doing push-ups, or take a sprint, or punch a pillow, or yell into a cushion. Burn those stress hormones off. But if you are in flight mode, you also feel restless. You also have a lot of energy surging through your body because your system is getting ready to run away, right, from the danger. You might also feel very anxious and, not be able to sit still. It's the same mobilizing energy, so it's good to channel it into movement instead of letting it loop in your head. So go outside, go for a brisk walk, dance it out. Let the energy move through you and get out. If you are in freeze mode, you might feel numb. You might feel foggy, heavy, stuck. Like you can't get yourself going. In this situation, your system has slammed on the brakes. It doesn't want to go any further. So this is not the moment to go for a workout. Gently thaw your nervous system instead. Get a warm drink. Do some slow rocking. Get a blanket. Do some humming. Do some singing. Sit in your rocking chair and soothe your vagus nerve. Get a bit of sunshine on your skin. Look at the horizon, or to give your system the sign that you are okay, that you are safe. If you are in fawn mode, you are over-pleasing, you can't say no, you're trying to keep everybody happy, and you are forgetting about yourself. Your system needs you to come back to you. So step away for a moment, because you can't activate your thinking brain while you're still in danger. And put your hand on your heart and ask yourself, what do I think about this situation? What do I actually need right now? And what do I actually want? Then honor that. Even with one tiny boundary. When you stop forcing the wrong fix and start matching it with the right response, your body calms down much faster. What makes it worse? Number 3, turning healthy habits into one more stressful to-do. You know what I mean when I say health hacks, right? Putting on your blue light blockers every night, getting the morning sun straight into your eyes to stimulate your circadian rhythm, dimming the lights as low as possible in the evening for better melatonin production, to get your restorative sleep that your body is craving for, rocking in a hammock for that smoothing effect, or getting cold showers to supposedly lower your cortisol. Every single one of these health hacks is genuinely healthy and good. The problem isn't the hack. The problem is doing it from a place of have to, a place of fear. I have to do this, or else. Or else what? Or else I won't sleep tonight. Or else I'll be stressed. Whatever your mind makes of it, it becomes one more obligation. And if you won't do it, you'll be punished. Your muscles will tense up just thinking about it. And that, my friend, works completely against you. Let me run through them. Blue light blockers. They're great for melatonin, but panicking because you forgot to put them on and you're convinced you've ruined your sleep, that spikes more cortisol than the blue light ever would. Morning sun in your eye. Lovely for your rhythm, but standing at the window stressing because it's cloudy or that you've missed the magic window, it undoes the whole point. Dimming the lights at night? Very helpful. But turning your home into a cave and snapping at everyone who accidentally turns the lights on? Not so much. That tension cancels out the calm. A rocking chair or a hammock? Soothing, yes. Cold showers? They can help because cold exposure actively stimulates the sympathetic system, which is the stress system, and it can release hormones such as cortisol. But studies show that cortisol can significantly decrease right after a cold shower. The effect depends partly on the time of the day and how high your cortisol already was. But I'd say white knuckling through a cold shower you dread every single morning just teaches your body to race. And that is the opposite of what you're trying to achieve since you are in survival mode right now. What would be better is to do all of these things when you happen to feel like it in the moment. But don't schedule them and don't make them mandatory. Reassure yourself. It is totally okay if a little bit of blue light touches my eye. There are 100 other things helping you sleep well at night. You're allowed to relax about relaxing. So let's bring it home. If you're trying to get out of survival mode, watch out for these 3 steps. Expecting to change overnight, using the wrong fix for the stress you're actually in, and turning healthy habits into rigid rules. Do you notice the thread running through all these 3? Every one of these pitfalls comes from forcing, from treating calm like one more thing you have to achieve. But calm isn't something you force, it's something you allow. Your nervous system isn't broken. It learned to protect you and it has done a good job so far. And you know what? It can absolutely learn something new. One baby step at a time. If you want help figuring out what stressed state you're in, download the Survival Brain Signals. It'll help you tell whether you're in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode, so you can respond the right way and calm your body and mind down way faster. And if this is the kind of thing you need more of, consider subscribing, because this whole channel is for ambitious women who are done living in survival mode and are ready to actually enjoy the life they built. I'll see you in the next one.